Warszawa started in Champions League this season, and the first your opponent is Dinamo Moscow. What is your opinion about this team, about players, and future game?
Dinamo have a lot of really good players, so we are a bit worried, we can say, but we are prepared. We hope the match will be really challenging. We'll play good, and the most important is that there will be really good fun for the spectators, for the people around. And I hope will be good result, long match. I hope. Of course, I hope we won as well, but we'll see.
What the main component of volleyball will be in this game for result?
What will be the most important? In my opinion, will be the service, because your team are really strong in the service and of course in spike. And if we receive this ball, if we put the ball closer to the net, we can say and set whatever we want. This can be a key point for your team and for us.
Did you know that Pavel Pankov made 19 aces in 3 games in Russian Cup?
Yeah, we do a statistic. We watch this match. It's amazing server. I hope we receive this ball, but we will see how it will be.
And who is the main server of your team?
Oh, we have few quite good, so Bartek Folek, Igor Grobelny and Superlak for sure. They have good service, and hope will be enough for your team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Matteo, Dinamo come back to Champions League after 1 year in the CEV Cup. What is your feeling now?
We are very excited about this, and we deserve this position because we did a great season last year. And yeah, we are excited and a little bit, worried because for some of our players, even for me, it's the first time. It's kind of debut, but we are confident and ready.
Is Warszawa the main opponent in this group for Dinamo?
About them, poor them, I may say. They are unlucky because they had some problems with him, physical problems, and everybody has physical problems, but they are out some players which are really important for them, like the opposite, which stayed in Warszawa, for recover, and some visas problems with other players, but they are good, and as you know, Polish league is really tough, one of the toughest league in Europe, and I may say in the world, like our league and the Italian league and the same Polish league, so their level is really good. So we have to play really tough, and gonna be a good challenge for us.
What will be the main point, the main component of the future game?
This game, or the next game?
This game, yes.
This game, I may say that the focus is on our players and our system. That's the main. And hopefully, if everything is gonna go like is planned to be, it's gonna be a good challenge. Because, as I said, the first thing, the main important is we feel confident.
Great, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, coach.
You are the guests, they are the guests, so they have a right to choose this side of the arena. Which one do you want? VIP for you this game. VIP. Service, yes, which side? Okay, side.
Well, hello there and welcome back to Europe's most prestigious club competition. It's the CEV Champions League and it's the match of the week. Projekt WARSZAWA have travelled to the Lion's Den, to Dynamo Moscow in the first game in the Velisa Koshina Street Stadium. Well, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? This brand new state-of-the-art stadium here in Moscow, taking over from Dynamo's old home, Lavchika Street, as we have a look at the fourth round. We've had 3 qualifying rounds. Dynamo Moscow, Projekt WARSZAWA, the game of the week, but the other game in the pool, Zerat, Bankasi, Ankara, and Mosaic going on today. It's a full-packed week. Lube at the bottom, playing at home to another Russian team in Novosibirsk. That's taking place today as well. Well, Louis Let with you here in the commentary box 2 months after Euro Volley, as we have a look at Group B. Mosaic currently at the top of the Belgian league. They're at Ankara in 3rd place, tied 2nd with Fenerbahce. Dynamo Moscow off to a good start here in the league in Russia. Well, it's been a long wait back to Champions League. Volleyball, as we can see, Igor Volleyball warming up from Polish descent, but has represented Belgium. It's going to be a game, as we've heard from the coaches beforehand, service pressure, aggression at the net. The heavy hitters are in. Damian Wojciech, well, we know all about him in the world of volleyball. World champion libero. We saw him at Euro Volley as Poland took a 3rd place 2 months ago. Jan Fonau, we expect to see him this evening as well, as it's been a tough few weeks for WARSZAWA. A few injuries to the roster, but they should still be very, very strong today. Well, for the home team, Dynamo Moscow, what a year they had last year. They won the CEV Cup, but they also won the league for the first time in 14 years. This is their 14th appearance in the Champions League. They won the treble last year, they won the Cup as well, and they've also already won the Super Cup this season, beating Zenit Kazan. Well, they won the CEV Cup for the 4th time. They've already won a silver in this competition, but a long time ago, when their ranks still included Sergei Grankin and the legend, that is Dante. Well, it's a 3-way tie at the top of the league in Russia. Moscow, Kazan, Novosibirsk, all beating each other to be tied at the top of the league. They have 2 overseas players, Lori Kermanen from Finland, and the legend of this competition, Svetlana Sokolov, is back. Now, we're not far away from liftoff now. The first round of pool matches. It's the first time that WARSZAWA have ever travelled to Moscow. It's the first time that Moscow have ever played in this hall. It's a day of firsts in the Champions League. There's a lot of world-class players in the roster. We've heard about Pavel Pankov at the moment, one of the best players in world volleyball. The setup for Dynamo Moscow must be watched at all times, serving, setting, and leading the team. For WARSZAWA, they played a Russian team last year in Kuzbas Kemerovo, but not in Russia. They were organised by Nakros Lair of Belgium and Modena. They didn't make it through to the group stages last year, but they're here
And Dinamo Moscow,
this year.
European Volleyball Confederation Cup anthem.
Because Moscow didn't win through their pool, they did win the CEV Cup. Fine performance, but now they're looking to win their first ever Champions League. Well, as we have a look at Projekt WARSZAWA's team, it's a strong side that includes Peter Nowakowski, an incredible middle blocker, 5th at the Olympic Games and 3rd at Eurovolley. For Dinamo Moscow, well, there's 3 players that took home an Olympic silver medal. Yaroslav Podlezhnik at the very top on fine form at the moment. Dennis Bogdan is one of the players that came in this year, and he's a big signing on the outside. We'll have to keep an eye out for Bogdan. Pavel Pankov, as we've already spoken about, was star. Well, Bartosz Thorelek on to look out for a big junior career. Yaroslav Podlezhnik having a fine season, signed from Kemerovo, 2nd season here in Moscow. Referees for this one, Goran Gradinsky from Serbia. And the second referee, Eldar Zolfugorov from Azerbaijan. Well, here is the starting team from Warsaw, Kowski and Verona. The top blocking team in the league, well, both in the top 10. Relic starts, no surprises there either. Well, there's a legend of the game, Andrea Nastasi, the Italian, coached Italy, Poland, Spain and Belgium. 26 medals in international coaching. Never won a league in club volleyball though. Konstantin Blanaski, we'll meet him again in just a moment. As we have a look at the side for Dinamo Moscow. Lasev, Podlezhnik, Skolovicius, Gostarov, Semishev and Pankov. Well, he's led the way, hasn't he? Ryansky did the treble last year, the Super Cup already this year. He's taking Dynamo to the very top of the game. They have a chance in this year's Champions League. They really do. Before the head coach of Moscow is going to have a tough nut to crack on the other side of the net in Anastasi. He's a very well-renowned coach. He broke the winning streak of 30 games in a row from Zenit Kazan in 2019. He knows how to beat Russian sides. We're underway here. Kobelny will get us underway. The ball goes to the outside, and we are going to see a fair amount of those sorts of plays this evening with the height that they possess on the wings. First one is out of bounds for Moscow, but you can see straight away they're trying to use their height advantage. I mean, even looking through the roster and the youngsters they have, there's players at 213, 208. Quite trumps all, but the defence is also quite outstanding early on. Teams never meeting each other. That's 2 in a row. Perfect start for the visitors. They've come out the traps absolutely firing here. Through the pipe and away to, that's the perfect way to make a statement, that's for sure. Romanas Skolovicius going on the opposite today, but Podlezhnik this time through the pipe. We're going to see a lot of that split between the right side, the pipe attack, and Pankov is back to serve. Already in such fine form domestically with 25 aces as of late. The future's very bright for the MVP of the Super League earlier on in the season. 3rd season here from St. Petersburg, played at Kemerovo. There's 4 former Kuzbas players from the successful 2018-19 campaign that saw coach Mas Sumilevu become Russia's head coach, and still playing is the libero, who's just been beaten. Big block from Warsawa. Lori Kermanen, formerly of Kemerovo, sitting underneath that one and getting nowhere near it. Skulovicius this time getting roofed, won the bronze. The CEV Cup in 2019, got stuffed that time though. Height. Again. Osterov is at 218, and it means at 2 meters 18 centimeters he can really go over the top of anyone. Anton Timishev to serve at 204 as the other outside hitter playing alongside Skulovicius in that position this evening. Width, trying to run the ball quick to run the Osterov to the wings and open up the splits between. Very good from Warsawa. This is the perfect start. Now, flag will serve. It's a play to the inside this time. Free ball, but 4 touches. It's a marathon, not a sprint, this one. Off into the net this time as well. Andrei Vrona and Piotr Novakovsky will be a threat. We've already seen it already within this game. The speed that they're playing with through the middle and also keeping the ball wider. Another threat for Warsawa will be Bartosz Korolek. 6-7 here. He's only 24 years old, but owes a lot to former clubs who got him this far. One real big threat. That's a headshot. My word. No wonder head has gone in hands. It's a superb swing. And watch out. Well, the starting setter this evening, Angel Trinidad de Harrop. Spanish national team setter, another one to watch out for out there as the side out is fairly routine. It's a quick play, wider, keeping the blocker drifting, keeping one of this time. Back to serve. Something that we spoke about in the pre-match interviews. Assistant coach of Warsawa, Piotr Grabin, former coach of IBB London Polon, also in the Champions League qualifying stages, were saying that they were very much aware of the service threat and the attacking power of Moscow, and it's something that they have, and the pipe is working wonderfully. The middle is taking the opposition. Middle runner commits that time through the pipe on a second tempo. Well, try and stop that. No block. Semishev at 204 with no block. There's never going to be a defense. Semishev moves. 2 points for him so far. Now the blocks into the game, to the middle. Fantastic setting. My word. Off the net, super quick. Wider set, past the outside of the hand. Moment for Haro. He's played for Tours. Was in the French League with Tours, to the League and Cup double. But this is another layer for them. Or for him, sorry. Michał Sublak has so far been unstoppable. If you hit that deep and that powerful, defense will not be set up to deal with those sorts of swings. They've traveled 1,500 kilometers and they've got off to the absolute perfect start, Warszawę. Caught Dynamo cold. Champions League game for Dynamo Moscow. He's there for 2 weeks. The Spanish setter gets us back underway and then makes a really, really good dig. Wojciech has to step in to make the set. The cover is good once more from Warszawę. And in transition, they've made yet another break. The Belmani this time won silver in the Plus Liga before. His father played for Poland as well. Grabelny playing for Belgium instead. And we're back to business here. Kostrov is back on the front court. CEV serving, was at Fakal for 4 years, won the CEV Challenge Cup there. Now, Warszawę out of system, it's a free ball. Plonked onto the middle, more pipe attacks, and my word, through the pipe. You have no choice in those situations as a middle blocker to think about committing to the 218. The Ostrov doesn't though, in fairness, but in the pipe on the second attack, feet of Novakovsky goes one way, the ball goes the other. Perfectly planned work for Moscow. CEV once again, the middle blocker. Nice serve, but you can see how they've done so well domestically and internationally. Zenit Kazan run European volleyball from Russia for some time, 6 times Champions League. Serve on the front court receiver. It's a one-on-one on the outside. And you have to really give credit to Michał Sublak so far. He's been good in the block, good offensively. There is no Dusan Petkovic, the opposite. Replaced at Skra by Tanasiewicz. Missing with an injury. There's a pause here. Looking for a block touch. You can say that Dynamo need it. Question, is there a block touch? Pictures really tell you the answer. Off the back of, you see some frustration in the 26-year-old's face there due to the form that he's been on. 19 aces, and 30 points. The setter of the team is currently the second leading scorer of the team at this stage, and that's outstanding. Let's talk less about Moscow and talk more about Novakovsky's serving. Rips one through position 5. Float serve this time. Ding ball. Moscow want to take it overhead, but unbeaten. Warszawę off to some start. Semashev in the CEV Cup. That's outside hit the 21 European Championships as well in 2017. Lovely arm. Off the net, there's no middle this time, and that should give Nikolashov some time to get across, but it doesn't. There is a chance again with the high ball, looking to go high off the hands, and that one keeps going. Vrlik comes scheming in, but another error means could be a challenge. Actually, my mistake. But we could be back to 4 here. Dynamo. Touch that they're looking for. It's another challenge. Gone from Warszawę. If the challenge isn't turned around, then you lose it. It's gone, and it's never coming back. More service pressure. You feel for Dinamo it's a matter of when their serves start really flying, but that ball was in, and credit to Warszawę's pass. It was into a good zone. Andre Rona, another one who joined from Skra, but 6 seasons ago. 3 times best blocker in Plus Liga. And that was when Skra won the league all the way back into 2012 and 13. They're not quite at that same level at the moment, the team from Belhatov. Nikolashov is at a completely different height. Defense doing the job, filling the seams all the time. If there's a gap, you have to make sure your 6 players sitting in the middle of it. If there's no gap, the 6th player at the back court in them will be looking for the touch off. Short plays. Okay, this is some game. That one goes the way of Dinamo, but Warszawę is still passing well. Been impressive so far. Gaharo. He's won 2 Belgium leagues with Nat Rosselet. Played for Spain at Euro Volley. We said it's not a matter of if, it's when. And now the aces are coming. And the home team starting to claw their way back from what's been a very slow start. Nikolashov missed the last time back behind the service line. This time he's completely on the money. Warszawę's passing. They have a chance if they can keep the ball into these aggressive forward zones, which keeps all the options alive offensively. Solid passing. And you have to give maximal credit to Subalak so far. Bartosz Vrlik. Stop with the hybrid serve. '18 world champion, but also 4 junior titles, 2 at world level and 2 at European championship level. He's just still 24. Yes, he missed a serve, but the future is still so bright for Poland. Yes, they haven't had everything their own way internationally as of late, and they're not having everything their own way now. Big pat on the back. Pankov gets a big stuffy. Hands super quick, hands drop inside. Hello. Means some business. look at the score, just 1 in it now.
Because we are really aggressive, we're really higher, especially in this line with this setter position. They're really strong. Okay, guys, don't worry. Right, again, quality of service. Let's take care. 8 seconds and quality of service.
Smart advice from that's just saying they're high. You can't hit steep against the block. I mean, even Pankov is the setter of the team, and he's almost 2 meters tall. This is a scary, scary thought. There are other setters in this squad, actually not playing today, who are at 203 and 204. There's only one way that the game is going at this moment in time, and that's with high this point this time smuggled over. There are 11 Dynamo Moscow players who are still in the roster from last year. Ilya Vlasev is one of them. Great cover. Chance on the wing, it has to go to 4, there's no other option. The blockers know that and step across. 3 up in the block from Warszawę this time, good hands from all of them. Another opportunity goes on the second touch. Bonus of being a 2-meter setter is the fact you can throw the ball in such speed and launch it down on 2. That's going to make Warszawę's block really pay attention through the center, pinging around a little bit there. Pankov, what a touch that was. Andreev on it. No one at home that time. Good awareness. This time, Warszawę missed their 3rd Champions League after the last 2 seasons. Haven't got past the group stage as of yet. I mean, they had a tough gig last year, coming 2nd. It's going to be a tough one to get past Dynamo, but this is the perfect start if they want to go further than ever before. A little bit out of sync, and a player like Peter Novakovsky will have you for breakfast, lunch and dinner. If the ball you run isn't perfect through that middle area, they go to the outside this time. Back in. Perfect work from Semishev. Slav Tichkis comes in, 3rd season. Another one that's over 2 meters, at 2 meters 2 centimeters, coming in especially to serve. So Warszawę should potentially put their helmets on here. Tojcik makes it look so easy, and it's really not. Pankov makes extraordinary defensive plays. My word, this game is match of the week for a reason. Kostrov is beaten through the middle. Incredible work all round, but we have to give full credit. Tojcik puts the ball on the absolute spot. Off a serve. Czeslav's Chichki's that's not so easy. Getting it this time. With a couple of injuries. Pekovic being one of them. Warszawę have to be delighted with the way that they've started it. But there's one back. It's a monster block, and you can hear the announcer, Vadim Kosterov, even though it's not him making the block this time, you can hear the announcement in the background every time. Semishev on the outside. This is a key time in this opening set because 19 aces and 30 points in the league this year for Pankov means he can fire up his serve, and he does. No way. That is maybe the swing of the game so far from Bartosz Verlik. The way that he's managed to let that ball come across him and turn it back to position 5 is not easy away from the blockers. Pinpoint accuracy. Oh, it's left the deck. Swing through the middle. What a timeout, WarszawA. So far, perfect. They've dealt with the service pressure nicely. Kowski, who's 34 in 2 weeks' time. Third year. He's previously at Gdansk alongside Anastasi. And it's more joy. It's been the ultimate team performance here as Vrona gets across and makes another one. Semishev this time on the rotation on the right side of court. It's a dive into the line, really. Hands are operating outside the body. Kowski serving. Played a big part in Hen's plans. It'll be interesting to see what Poland do internationally next and what's coming and what should be a very exciting Olympic cycle this towards Paris in 3 years. It's not quite working out for Dynamo. Hearing from the coaching staff before the game, Terry Pacheco was saying that there was certainly some nerves around the team playing in the Champions League once more. Wow. The first set point is for the away team. Superlak with the serve. It's a recovery. Rory Kermanen just keeps his team alive, but it's a free ball. The line is potentially open, and WarszawA have travelled 1,500 kilometres, and they've taken the opening set of this first match of the week here in the CEV Champions League. What a swing. It's a big cross line, shows a lot of cross court to the defence and works his arm back to the line. It's a high class bit of work. WarszawA have come to the Lions' Den and they're looking to leave with maximum points. It's a great start. They lead 1-0. Well, not many people would have expected that, but 25-20, a scoreline that didn't flatter Warszawa, the scoreline that they completely and utterly earned. But 9 errors early on from Dynamo Moscow, as we're going to have another look at some more statistics as well to go alongside those 9 errors. 3 serves from Warszawa, a lot of talk about Moscow's service pressure, hasn't quite worked so far. Reception, well, pretty close and not bad by either, and the attacking percentages, well, 50-50. Well, errors on my count, the difference at the moment in a set that was decided just by 5. 9 errors seems too many, but you don't win the CEV Cup and you don't win the Russian League without having something about you. Well, talking of having something about you, Piotr Novakovsky's won 2 World Championships, so he's certainly picked up a thing or two on that journey. This is why we love the Champions League. Anything can happen. The level so high. No easy games. Olympic medalists, world champions, all on the same court. Consistency will be key here though for Warszawa. You see all too often as you see a change coming into the fray, and it's a smart change as well for Moscow. That's Sokolov, 32 years old now, coming in for Semishev. Well, Champions League best opposite in 2018, best scorer in 2017. He's won 17 personal awards in a career that Lube, Kazan, Halkbank, Trentino, Cuneo. And let's see if the Sokolov effect can make a difference. Ostrov makes a perfect start. There's just no getting through. This is why there's such a credit to the passing of Warszawa in that opening set. Maybe Moscow didn't serve well enough. At the moment they certainly are serving well enough. Maybe it was just phenomenal passing, but can they keep the consistency through this set to keep the blockers moving? We heard Anastasi saying to hit high off the hands. Of serving. Short ball, it's a perfect serve. You go with power, you take the power away and you drop the ball short. Warszawa for the first time have a few issues to sell out. It's the approach of his last 2 steps that sells the aggressive play again, and it's the arm that slows down. It's textbook. It's fantastic serving. You like to say it's all because of that man coming off the bench, but I don't feel like he's touched the ball yet, really, Sokolov. He won't mind too much, though. He's a top scorer. Sokolov, though, in the CEV Cup with 101 points last year. Won that Champions League 2009, 10 and 11 with Trentino. Still into rhythm here, Warszawa. It's high, and it is off the hands this time, and that's a real game changer. As soon as they start to hit high, they put this team under real pressure. Great touch from Kostrov on the turn, and it's an eye for an eye, really. Turning the ball late back to the line is key, diverting the traffic. Another change is how unbelievable is the ability to bring on Dennis Bogdan and also Sokolov off the bench as replacements if life isn't going as well as you want it to. Moscow playing their first game in their new home, not having everything their own way. Good serve this time, 2-point game. More winning spikes in that opening set from Warsaw. Converting 54% to 46 from Dinamo Moscow. That won't be the efficiency that they'll want to continue with. They'll have to raise that. Serving through the center this time. What a set, my word. But it's the block of Warsaw that does the business. Pankov manages to try and find Sokolov. The ball's a little bit low and inside maybe. Let's have another look. This is going to tell us a lot more of the story. It does get across Sokolov, but the line and the block is perfect. Slightly tight maybe as Sokolov starts to try and work it back to the line. Kowelny is in the spot. And sharp angles this time from Sokolov. Last time goes to the line, it's smart offense. Now looks to hit back on the sharper angles. Get Sokolov once, but don't get him twice. You get fed a lot of ball here, you feel. Setting once more. Krishnik on the left side. Good arm, Sokolov can turn it away from the body, can bring it back through the body, but also serves in the net at this time. Warsaw. Well, losses to Rezovia, Belhatov and Zaksa this season. Two up. The blocking from Warsaw has been very good this evening. Wider play. And credit where credit is due in abundance. Trinidad once more has not only helped in the blocking phase of the game, but also finding the middle. The offense that he's run today has been smart. And now you can see that the pressure is on the Russians here. Volleyball off the net and back to the middle. He also knows that through the middle here, Trinidad has Novakovsky, who's happy to fire for him all day long. So far, Bartosz top scorer. Oh, a hat-trick through the middle. Can you believe what we're watching? Novakovsky has not only put 2 away offensively, but watch you guys here, the patience to move back in to take position 5 is unbelievable. He gets Bogdan all day long and almost baits him through the seam before taking it away. Great eyes, great hands. 1-on-1. Sokolov says, let's all chill out a little bit. Trying to say, let's all chill out a little bit after you've just unleashed an absolute ripper to the line. A deflection off of Robelny all the same, but interesting from Sokolov, potentially just saying the emotion's too high for Dinamo at the moment. It's either up or it's down. The players haven't quite come to the forefront of this game. Fast to the middle, high off the hats. And from a good starting situation, okay, on the fadeaway from Sokolov. Moscow have left themselves open, haven't they? Novakovsky was a game changer. Sokolov finds a way through the seam. He's still so high. Not quite a veteran of the game yet, but have a lot to offer this Dynamo performance, especially when you're at home and the odds are starting to go against you. Novakovsky shot down. Ostrov is in incredible position there. He knows the play, the wider one that goes to the line, the hands filling the seam. Taking the areas of the court for the Russian blocker. Kasev this time. His best scorer and best blocker in the 2015 European Games. He's also involved in Russia's European Championship win. 2 times VNL winner as well. In system. Wojciech perfectly situated through the pipe 3. Good blocking from Dynamo, really good blocking. And the pipe is very difficult to get round with Ostrov patrolling the net. And having 2-meter blockers might leave you a little bit of height to the line if the set is slightly shorter, but we already know that Pavel Bankov is at 198 as well. And this, for me, is a key part of the game that the serve hasn't got going for Dynamo Moscow. Who's firing up through the center. Ostrov is back in the game. It's one thing you say about moving the balls to hit certain areas of court. Ostrov is just trying to stay high there. And why not? With the height advantage that he has, he's got the ability to stay high all day long and even go over blockers who are 2 meters, 4 centimeters, which just sounds crazy in this day and age. But the block of Dinamo Moscow have got their way back into this. Sokolov asked for calmness moments ago, and he's getting it. It's the third man that gets across him, Plodesnik. serving still hasn't quite started sinking, although the blocking is obviously very well connected to the block itself. As soon as you can get Warszawę hitting off the net, getting 3 blockers into those situations, it's becoming a lot tougher for the team from Poland. That's what's happening at this moment in time, but now it's time for a free ball. This is a huge opportunity, a 2-point game here. Oh, and look who it is again. And the powerful through the middle. It's Andre Vrona this time. We've seen him earlier, but to time his run around the setter and to turn it back to 5 is very, very difficult. Tough on the feet, but completely worth it in the angle that you can hit away from the blocker. In the center, we're talking about Dinamo not serving well at all, and it's Warszawę that have come here with no pressure, have a 1-0 lead, and the home team now have a lot of problem solving to get through.
Спокойно вверх выбивайте на знак, не надо доводить, не надо ничего выдумывать. На этой силовой подаче станьте ближе, тоже на знак. Мы проигрываем то укороченные мячи, пропадающие в стыке. Станьте уже туда, повнимательнее выбивайте.
Well, Kostrov still on the front court. That battle between the Russian middle and the Polish middle, Andre Vrona, will be interesting for the next rotations. That's for sure. The middle's getting really involved into the game. High off the hands, what a recovery. It's going to go back to the outside. The set's quite low. The middle's going to cross. Kostrov, former Zenit Kazan and Fakel middle, does business again. Really come into this game as of late. Permanent, perfect passing, has to go to the deck, but at the same time the platform stays solid. Talking of being solid, Bobelny does a great job of getting a touch to that one as well. The net. We've seen that before. Champions League silver medalist with Zenit Kazan in 2018. Kostrov. Also medaled at the Club World Championship. Correct. Through the middle once again. And this is not the first time, but you have to appreciate any middle, anyone watching the game for the first time, the bending of the run around the setter here, having to pass the ball yourself even, and then to turn the ball back. It's a lot of work off the ball to get the approach line around the blocker and to evade it. Naturally, there so many players in the world would only be able to hit one avenue, and that would be to position 1 or maybe to the seam, but that's why they're the best in the world. Vrona this time being able to go to 5, and as soon as you can face 5, you can go back to 1, but this time through the middle. Width and speed, it's a different kind of play, but it's just as effective. Massive this time. On the 10 attack. They're back to 1. changes. Podovicus has obviously left for the time being. Semishev was replaced by Sokolov. That ball is out. Seems to be working, but they still have a mountain to climb here, because those who know Polish teams and those who know Polish volleyballers will know that Polish teams never back down. Some sort of fortitude that's won them 2 world championships in a row. The first one at home, the second one certainly not at home. Once again through the 10. Well, Andrea Nastasi has done a thing or two in this game, the coach. One thing he spoke about was staying as high as possible, going off the hands. Black has been impressive. Cover. What a touch that is. A chance to go up by 3. Not taken. Digs on the backcourt from Podleshnik. 3 in the block for Warszawę. What is happening here? The team that won the CEV Cup last year, full of, well, at the moment, Russian Olympic medalists. Bogdan caught underneath the ball. He can only go to the line. The blockers have adequate time to get across and get 3 in front. This is a quicker play, chance to go off the hands. It's a good change. The set's not quite in the right spot. Warszawę again, surely not. They're going to go on another hot streak. An opportunity, but it's one that just squeaks the wrong side of the sideline. Well, volleyball fans, hope you're enjoying this one. Completely the opposite to what people thought it would be, really. Not so much a 2-0 or a 1-0 situation heading towards a 2-0 situation, but more of the fact that it's Warszawę that have been really pushing throughout here. Really notable performances from everyone. Trinidad, the setter, has been very good in his distribution. Back to the wings once more, and the middle has been used so often that going to the outside is smart, and then they go to the middle the second time. Good variation, good running of the game. Third time lucky maybe from Warszawę. Off the hands, the Grosherov, yes. Okay, and have a look. Anastasi is up. 61 years old now, Anastasi, but passionate as ever. Kowalny. Service pressure once more from the Polish club, putting the Russians under pressure. What a run. Dinamo Moscow fought so hard for so long to get their way back into this set. And they've just let it slip, but absolute credit to Warszawę. Off the setter, decides to have a swing. This was supposed to be a night of celebration. In the Vasilza Kozina Street Stadium. But not at this moment in time. Bogdan gets a pat on the back from Kostrov, because Again, the pass from Moscow is slightly off. The setter's hands is forced to go to the outside there. He's grabbing. He did say in his pre-match interview they had a few good servers of their own. It's one thing having people who can serve and players that can serve. It's another thing bringing it under this much pressure on the big occasion, and when it really counts off the net. Tojcik does a fine job. Execution is just out. Sokolov is saying not guilty to the touch. He says it's out. It looked out. But Dinamo reviews their challenges. Sokolov is gonna get slightly told off it. The ball was certainly out. Let's not beat around the bush there. You can see that on the replay. Although the question we have to ask ourselves here is how many challenges do Moscow have left, and is Sokolov going to blow a gasket here? Was it off the arm? No. Well, Goran Valinsky is a very calm man in person, and he's a very calm man on the stand. Getting a bit stormy around him. Sokolov, well, it's not the first time we've seen Sokolov in the middle of it, but had a point on that occasion. Golek sees the funny side. The point doesn't go to Moscow, although it said there was no touch. Maybe there was a touch on the net that was called that was missed from my position as well. There is no timeout because it's taking too much time to call the timeout. And anyway, answers on the back of a postcard, please, and send them in to the CEV. Novakovsky serving short, it's an ace. And when it rains, it pours in Moscow. And it is poor on Dinamo right now. Short play, you take it, no, you have it. Kermanen takes an initial step. Podlesnik beaten as well, and what a performance Novakovsky's had, but what a performance this has been from Warsawa. It's a long way back here if Moscow go 2-0 down. Sokolov from the left side kicks out nicely. 32 later on this month. Anastasi one that goes out the back, and this is maybe the situation that could turn the tide once more. There's a 3-point difference here, but Bogdan is no stranger to pressure. Spin serve at 3 down. It's a huge opportunity, this Dynamo. It's a good rotation for them, but once again, Warsawa refused to be put under pressure. And their reception here today has been key to their success. They're a great blocking team, Moscow. They're a great offensive team, but you can put them on the back burner with good service pressure and good passing. And that's exactly what they've come to Moscow to do, and they're doing it with ease. It's a 4-point game off the net. 3 up, tip over the top. Kermanen is there. It's very good through the center. Bogdan on the pipe, super quick, everything going in that direction. Fired up for this one now, Dennis Bogdan, and hopefully everybody else watching this. 2 on the line this time. completely away from where the shoulders are looking and the approach line is flowing through. Free alleyway to keep Moscow in the game. The Kosterov has missed a couple of serves into the net already. And now it's a second set point. They've taken it. WARSZAWA have come here to upset the odds. They've come here to upset the apple cart, and it's the perfect start for them. 2-0, and it is a mountain to climb for Moscow here. Reverse play. How good have WARSZAWA been? Michał Sublak. Puts the ball away. 25-20, 25-21. I'm not saying it hasn't been close, but it's been more comfortable than what anyone would have expected. The Projekt WARSZAWA, they're playing against the CEV Cup winners from last year. They're playing against the Russian champs from last year. And they're sticking it to them in their own backyard. Well, that face tells us everything we need to know about Moscow's performance so far. WARSZAWA have been on another planet in terms of their consistency. I can't really remember them being put under the pump too many times. The question is, where does coach Konstantin Oransky go now? Sokolov, does he stay in? It doesn't look like Sokolov is staying in. Hello there. Nice to have you. Hope you're enjoying yourself as well. Some game. It's good that the fans are back in watching high-level volleyball and having a great time as well. The match stats. Attack stats are higher, 6% higher. Aces more to WARSZAWA as well. More blocks for Dinamo, but at the same time, they haven't quite been the attacking force and the serving force that we thought we would see. Well, Dennis Bogdan keeps his place in the starting lineup. Kosterov is also staying in. No surprises there. Wojciech has been easily one of the world's best liberos for some time. Stasi, it seems to have calmed down a little bit from all the hype in set two. This battle through the middle is key on the Belgium. Igor Gorelny. They won't mind so much. There is a start, obviously Pankov. Can't imagine Pankov leaving, or Yaroslav Volezhnik either. And very much two of the four players in this team in the league and also in the CEV Cup. It looks like Volezhnik can play on the outside. Still yet to confirm opposite here as Pankov starts in that setting position. Vlasev should be in the centre as well. It's not been too much a middle blocker's fault, but it's hard to figure out who to blame. Blame anyone on a night like this so far for Moscow. Just hasn't fired. And a lot of that is down to the brilliance of WarszawA. And Stasi has got it right. Sokolov does start in that opposite position. The experience of Sokolov will be very, very key. Has a clear height advantage over Volley. Off the hands and scramble through. Trinidad manages to set that ball 7 or 8 meters to try and open up the space between the blockers, and obviously the more that you fire the ball on longer distances, the more risk there is that it might drop a little bit inside, and it is tight. So it means that, well, Sublak has to do something different. Touch is very good from Kerman, and 3 up in the block. WarszawA will not let anything hit the floor here. Bodies on the floor, great blocking through the centre, but eventually they hold on very, very tight. Vlasev, Pankov managed to give Dinamo a 3-point lead. There's going to be some headaches after these celebrations. What a touch as well. Get up. Rory Kermanen. Best receiver twice in the Super League and European Championships for Finland. He's not really left Russia since he arrived due to the good judgment of Tomas Samilevu. A little bit early there, the paintbrush. And now Sublak next in to see if he can upset the passing unit. Well, time from Bedzin. 2019 second season. It's the biggest move really for Sublak. The biggest game so far of this season. Took a bronze in the Polish Cup in 2013-14 with Rzeszów. Dropped down the odd level to play in the second division, and now he's been absolutely superb on that right. See, there is no Dusan Petkovic, who's been the best scorer in Serie A 2 years in a row, and you have to think, without Dusan Petkovic, they're still playing so well. Best scorer in Serie A missing, part of the World League squad in Serbia in 2015. That's a big hole to fill, and Sublak's done it well. Well, until then, maybe we won't pump up his tyres too much at the moment. Just fumble, it's a little bit unlucky. But he has had a phenomenal game offensively. You just see the frustrations of letting go of doing the simple things well. They've got nothing to lose now. Dinamo. You might just see when the pressure is off, some absolute rippers from the baseline and in the block. It's good cover. Kostrov is all over that one. 7-3, WarszawA now have a lot of work to do themselves for the first time. 2 up, the Kostrov gets across well. No split, covers the seams.
Coming back with our service, guys. I don't care. The other side, we can suffer a bit. This is normally our service. Please, guys. 8 seconds quality. Go.
Back out. And there's another block. And you have to think that the Kostrov is 216 and he gets across the net with ease. Super quick across the face of the net. It's not the Kostrov that gets the block in the end, but at the same time, superb. This is where there will be nowhere to go with Jay blanking out and Zan Petkovic available. Anastasi will want to try and get this done in 3 with the shortened squad that he has here with him in this game today. One serving. Very good in the opening 2 sets, but Warszawa have to try and fight back a slight little bit here. Here's a chance to position 1. It's sloppy, but it's smart. Bankhoff manages to turn it on a sixpence, loses the blocker. Fantastic touch from Black as well. That turn of the wrist, guiding it back. And there's nobody ever going to be defending that area. The turn of the angle, the sharpness of the angle is far too tight. Pankov is out the back once more, but if you give Dynamo an inch here, they're going to take a mile easily. And the fans are up chanting now as well. You can definitely hear and sense the atmosphere slightly more. Giles with the free ball. Trinidad on the reverse play. What a touch again. I keep saying the same thing for Kermanen. And there's 2 moments within this game, 2 touches from Kermanen that have just turned it around on its head once more. They're flying here. Dinamo Moscow, they really are. It's the perfect positioning. The body's coming in on a cross-court angle, block sits inside, defenders on the side of the block, not sitting too wide towards the sideline, that's irrelevant. Playing defense is pretty variable, you have to keep adjusting to what you see. And the errors now from Warszawa mean it's going to be a tough few minutes. High to the wings. 2 up. Almost a free ball defensively. Oh, and ping pong going back and forth, but to the wings, 2 up. Chance off the hands, Nikostarov. Well, you can't make every block. Mr. Nikostarov, that's not a thing. Wojciech is trying to fire the furnace up somehow. That's all hammer from Bronner on the wing this time. That's a change. Sorry, it wasn't. It's definitely Thorolek. That would have been a very strange rotational stroke substitution. Nikostarov through the centre. Double touch here, and there's a few quiz faces against Pankov. 11-8, interesting. The timing is certainly out between Nikostarov and Stella, but a double touch would mean that one hand has come through slightly quicker. Certainly wasn't carrying, it didn't look overly unclean, but certainly it also wasn't perfect with Pankov off balance and trying to work the ball over his shoulder as opposed to getting perpendicular to net. Pankov is still not happy with that decision. Kostrov into those zones once more. Warszawę throughout have managed to get the ball to Nowakovsky. Huge. A middle for a middle play, and if you look at the body language now of Moscow compared to where they were moments ago, there's no double touch that time. The height and the power through the center, everything's drifting to the left-hand side of the court. Had to be good from Pankov there, and it really was. Sokolov into the net this time. Back to 3 is closer than Dinamo would have wanted given the start that they've had. They've gone on runs of points for them. They've also gone on runs of points behind. Was it the pancake? No, is the answer. And if you're Warszawę here, you know that you're still having a chance throughout this period. Plays like this is still not where Moscow wants it to be. It's a scrappy play. It's a perfect play, really. Unorthodox. But coming in slow and using the volley. Konechnik serving. What's he got from behind the service line? Goes straight at Wojciech. Going as sharp as you like on the wing once more from Fröhlich. The ball is one of the best swings we've seen so far. The level of this game at times is superb, and that's why it's match of the week, but that's why this is the best club competition on the planet. Free ball to position. Sokolov has to get involved in passing. Wojciech is there again. Watch out the advertising boards, but you can't doubt the commitment to this from Warszawę. Unfortunately, the importance here is staying in touch. The hype is so good. Second tempo. All watching closely because they know that Stassi isn't happy, but Moscow up. Lasse. Flip over the top. They need this really to stay within 3, my word. It's another monster block. It's gone straight down in the dirt. Robelny. Well, they've built their way through this rally and there's nowhere to go there for Plodnitsky. And that could be a game changer. But if Dynamo Moscow don't seal this set after the start that they've had and some of the volleyball that they've played, they're going to be really kicking themselves. Warszawę have been absolutely sensational in never giving up. And this is a funny thing about momentum. It's now with the away team once more and they're back to 2. The consistency here away from home has been absolutely sensational. The decision making there to turn on the ball and stay high. They've been inspired this evening so far, but they're still 2 behind. And all of a sudden, Sokolov goes out the back, and there's a timeout from Moscow, and they've really had to work hard. They're multiple points down 5 minutes ago. And maybe it just shows a slight lack of confidence in the Dinamo Moscow camp at this moment in time. players here to come to the party through this period of time. We make the side out, which allows to be one out. The roller coaster ride, this one. Once again, Arsenal's passing has been so good off the tough serving of Moscow. But there's a break, proving once more that the timeout from Bransky, the head coach, was really worth it. Pankov has got his serve moving once more behind the baseline. Key performance indicator of this team. Ace from Pankov. It's been a while coming for Moscow to dominate games from behind the service line. Pavel Pankov has been doing that all season long in the Russian league, and he's doing it now in the Champions League. No digging that one. Warsawa got back to just one. And now the difference is 4 again. Having to take a timeout to stop the absolute flourishing service run of Pankov, and it's continuing. There is no touch. Just shows what a tough game this is sometimes for a front court receiver, having to pass a Pankov serve and then create space to kick out on the outside, and then you have Legosharov waiting for you at 2.18 meters to try and hit the ball past. The game does not get any easier week on, week out. Out of system again. Try and hit around 3 2-meter blockers if you can. Wow. Gavelny does hit round 3 2-meter tall blockers. I feel like there could be a little bit more in this game if the service pressure from Warsawa stays the same. Serving the front court receiver is very, very good tactic when you're one of the best servers in the world in Pankov, because you know as soon as you serve the ball at the speeds that he does, they pass off the net. The ball has to go past that very same, or go back to that very same player, and then they're under pressure the whole way through. Block out. Going to be running out of opportunities soon. Sublak is back at the forefront of the game. Being very calm and very measured throughout in his performance, making good decisions. It's not always an easy day playing against Sokolov. Kermanen wrestles the ball in. It's good passing for Torishek with just probably the most incredible defense of the evening. Full stretch to left-hand side. It's digs like that that can change the game. Ball is so quick originally, and that's a smart decision to hit high for Frelek off the top, but you get to see that dig again. Velny has had a superb evening, but Warsawa have just missed 2 serves in a row when you're 4 points down You really do have to throw the kitchen sink at the game, but it adds an element of risk. They're siding out well here, WARSZAWA. It's another one that goes down in quick succession. The issue's been from the service line. If Novakovsky can start to put some serves in, then they can build something here, but unfortunately he takes a bit of pace off the ball and everything is too simplistic as Latsev is brought into the game due to good passing that's maybe a little bit of the softer serve. Trying to bring the front court receiver Konechny into the centre area. It's a good bit of work, but outthought by Pankov, the setter. Sokolov serving as it looks like we're going to 4 here. But it's not down to WARSZAWA playing too much bad volleyball, that's for sure. Yeah, they could have put pressure on with a couple of serves that they've missed, but at the same time, plays like that, unstoppable. Middle's trying to take the middle. Sokolov is sitting in that seam, so it's his job to take that ball. Black had a good evening. 3 missed serves in 4. He's going to come to Russia, if you're going to come to Moscow and you're going to leave with a victory in this competition, you have to be in very good form and you have to be very, very consistent in your performance. Coming in again. Sokolov scooped out. It's going to be a free ball. No, it's not going to be a free ball, but kudos to Sokolov. How do you like those apples? Unbelievable from Sokolov. Plays some defense and then puts the ball away. On the inside 10, plays drifting, middle blocker. We're called in no man's land, and Moscow now have 5 set points. Credit to them because they had a similar lead and WARSZAWA got their way back into it, but WARSZAWA don't have much on the side because of the injuries that they have. They've travelled light. And it'll be interesting to see what Anastasi decides to do now that they've lost the set. It's definitely not broken, but it might need changing or slightly adapting as Sokolov takes us to 4. It's a fine performance from Sokolov at the end of the set when Dinamo needed him the most. A couple of kills, a couple of great defensive plays. We're back in business here. And Moscow take the 3rd set, 25-20. Projekt WARSZAWA now for the first time know what it's like to lose a set in this year's competition. Set 4 is going to be very interesting to see if Anastasi does change anything, whether he keeps it the same. All we know is we were expecting a good one. We were expecting a close one. And we've got everything we wanted and a little bit more. Well, some stats from another entertaining one. 12 blocks from Moscow now, and that's the first thing that comes screaming out of the picture. When you try and sum up what's just happened, we knew with 11 of their 16 players this year that they were going to be big on the net, all over 2 meters tall, but 12 blocks to 6, the difference at this moment in time. That was a quieter set for Novakovsky. A couple of great digs from Wojciech. You can see that he's really trying to keep his team motivated here. He's 32 years old now. Played for Warsaw for 4 seasons. We're in a situation here, if you are just joining us, that we've been looking forward to all day. There's a battle. Look at the fire in the eyes of Nastasi. He knows that this set is so key. He will not want to go to 5. He needs to find a way to get this job done in 4. But without a couple of key players in the roster, it's always going to be difficult. It's going to be interesting to see where he's gone for this set also. Wojciech gets the ball into a good spot. The cover is once again strong. But it's another block. It's block number 13. If you ask me, Bryanski has figured it out on the side here, leaving a one-on-one on the wing. Grostrov is committing to Novakovsky, and then he's trying to race across to help on the left side as well. Grostrov has really had a good game as of late. Bogdan, who's been on since the start of the second set. The service is potent, and this is just a completely different animal to half an hour ago at the opening stages, where Warsaw, well, you can see in the top corner, they took the first 2 sets fairly comfortably. Not one set's been really close, but the game has been very tight. Bogdan. What happened there? Novakovsky, who alongside the Wojciech will be a leading figure in Warsaw trying to rally the troops. But when confidence is high, Konecki puts the ball away, and we see this a lot with volleyball. It's very, very good when it's very, very good. Peaks and troughs so far this evening. Sokolov certainly steadied the ship. Kostrov is going for this float serve. Serving the front court receiver, trying to put the pressure on, and the setter tries to move it to the opposite, but it's fine work. Kolechnik once again. It's 2 big bits of work at the net here at the beginning of 4. Serving the front court receiver. Fair play to Vlasev. Fast across the face of the net. Good hands getting across, but look at the hands dropping inside. Kolechnik at 199 centimeters through the middle. Good positioning just off the side of the block from Bogdan. And you can see if you take your eyes off the ball for a period of time, the defensive duties of the team playing block defense all the time, always adjusting to what's happening in front of them, the setter's decision. Blockers constantly watching what the setter is doing to try and get a read on where the ball is going next. It's a game of time, and closing the block is such a key component of the game. Sokolov. Unbelievable. You can see the intentions of the eyes and the actions to go with it. Pankov is now firing up the furnace, jumping into the line. The hands drop into the seam a little bit, showing something, taking it away. The togetherness now of Dynamo very clear. Better late than never. This has been some comeback so far.
It's finished. We have every time to think. The block is really good of this guy. We have to try to find solution. This is what we do at the beginning of the match. Now we stop a little bit. We have to come in back.
Stas is saying we have to try and find something. To be fair, he's not wrong. The block is very good, and they do have to try and find an answer. That answer is we'll have to wait and see, but very smart blocking going on the wings, especially when the middle doesn't quite get across to cover. Pankov dropping his hands into the seam a little bit is a very smart move. And everything's going the way now of the home team. You feel that Warszawę now feel like they've got the weight of the world on their shoulders. Troicek beat short. It is good serving though from the team, and that's on the fadeaway through the three-man block. The dribbler. Sokolov. Another block. 4, maybe even 5 of the points now in set 4 due to the blocking of Moscow. It's huge, a little bit of pinball off both hands, but they won't mind how they come. The height, the reach, the penetration, all very much there. Everything it takes then to be a world-class blocker. 15 kill blocks now in this game for Moscow, just 6 for Warszawę. They've still made 7 more errors. Moscow to Warszawę. Still a difference of 2 points, but you can see where this game has been clawed back from through the blocking phase. Lesnik. Sharp and away. Roaring like a lion. Being able to be aware of the situation is really key there. Knowing he's got 2 blockers on him, meaning there will be some space cross-court. Having the arm swing to match it, going away from the body is key. Lesnik into the net this time. Through the block once more, and you can once again notice how this game's being won. The big guy at the net, Vlasev, choosing to tip through the block of Warszawę. tipping down. I mean, the height advantage against the setter is key. 212. 218 and 212 in the middle. Couldn't even believe it. At the same time, Trinidad is not quite as tall as that. Speed and width, looking to go off the hands, being smarter, changing direction of the ball nicely. That was what Anastasi was asking for, wasn't it? Trying to get a bit more creative off the hands. And it's the middle blocker that's trying to get across, and he's aware of where Lukostrov is and changes direction into the middle blocker that's drifting, struggling to get out to try and score the point. Pipe attack this time. They've used the middle, they've gone to the outside, they run the pipe. Olejnik is back in the game, flourishing nicely. Difficult work for the blockers. High and off. Trinidad didn't really know where to go there, was all out of sync. Substitutions come into the game. Looks like it could be a first appearance in the Champions League for Matus Nikovsky. Challenge in progress at the moment. Was there a touch is the question? No is the answer. Passes a little bit off, has to go back to the wing. There is one off the hands. Nikovsky, first cap in the Champions League. Silver in the Plus Liga when Warszawę played as Onako. Good setting, the ball drifts from right to left and then flipping it back out right again to try and lose the middle blocker, get them moving both ways. Pushed her off. Has been a workhorse out there, gets off the net really well, doesn't he? Keeps everything going forward. It's what you do off the ball that really counts, and giant middleman has been on flames through sets 2 to 4 at least. Bogdan, whose serving has certainly made a difference, performance has as well. And this is a complete role reversal because Nikovsky was unstoppable in the opening stages of this game. The connection with Trinidad was very good, but now it's started to falter. Timeout from Anastasi because Warszawę, well, are we safe to say that we're going to 5 yet?
Try to prep a bit, Is that the moment? We are not playing take energy, don't have to be angry for nothing. If the match is like this, we're going to recover in our team. Yeah, guys? And we try to do our best.
Well, that's the start that they would have wanted. Nikovsky is back into the game. As we said earlier, in this rotation, very difficult to get around the setter and bend the ball back to 5, and if you can do that, more than likely going to score. It's going to be difficult for the opposition middle to track you into those zones and get their hands in front. Nick someone we haven't seen so far. There's, as you said earlier, a few missing from this WARSZAWA team. Defense from Trinidad strong and just working the ball underneath the inside hand offensively. But Moscow, this is a completely different performance. The decision making, the passing, the setting, the width that Sokolov has got there, he didn't have in the opening sets. Misses another serve, misses a fair few with that float serve, but at the same time makes a few as well, makes a lot of blocks, scoring freely on the front. Mikovsky with the serve, once again into a good zone from Moscow. It has to come out or come back the same way that it went out of the court, which it certainly doesn't do. It left on the outside of the antenna, comes back on the inside. 7-point game. Don't really know where this is going next. Can WARSZAWA find their way back? It doesn't look like it's going to happen in set 4, but they're going to have another crack, another throw at the dice. The dice in set 5. In a race to 15, it's anyone's game, as we've seen time and time again. But that's humongous. The blocking in this game from Dinamo has completely turned it around. Pankov one-on-one. There is no getting past that. Try and hit yourself out of that situation 100 times and you're probably going to get blocked 99 of them. Awkward from Janikovsky, comes in very straight and tries to work away from the body. Trying to hit the line and the seam will be his more favourite swings from there. Seam of the court, the middle of the court. $16 blocks to 6. Stasi has to try and find a way to subdue that. Yes, it comes from passing, decision making, but at the moment everything is just too big and too physical. And you believe that Dynamo Moscow play this way, there's a good chance they can go all the way in this competition. They're beating Zenit Kazan twice already this season. CEV Cup holders. That's one way that things can start to change. And for now, off the bench as well. Something to hit up, maybe being slightly smaller out there on the wing will cause problems to the block to be able to go underneath the block and cause some issues. through the centre. It's an absolute rocket. Been so impressed today with Vlasev. Still bouncing. Eight's the difference here. Back through one-on-one. Bogdan is there. Trinidad trying to spread the play, lose the blockers, but no. Fast and tip through the seam. The decision-making is now present. They're playing with weight off their shoulders. The decisions are so much better here. Bogdan reaches into the angle. It's a great read. He's one-on-one, so he has to take a gamble, show something, take it away. But it's there. He gets the ball back and he works through the hands. Fans are on their feet here. Bogdan, a superb player. Vlasev who will serve, but Bogdan, remember, in his first season here, wasn't part of that success last year, but certainly would like a taste of it this season. Well, for now, another one who was playing at Bedzin last year in Plus Liga. Bedzin not quite as high up the table on average as Warszawę. Big opportunity for him to impress. He's having to get involved in the blocking at the moment, but there are errors creeping in now. What this might not do is help Warszawę on the scoreboard right here, right now. But what it might do is give them confidence in set 5 if they can put pressure on the Russian champions. But no, Bogdan once more. He's had a lot of seam operate in here and he's made a lot of different decisions. Kowski can't quite get across. Different game when Dynamo are passing well. They can run their offense, they can run their system. Overpass, chance. Oh, it's a lefty swinger. Bogdan shows he can hit with the left and the right. Now it's a runaway train. Moscow are looking like they're taking us 5th here. You've got to love it. You really have. Out of system, 3 up in the block. It's a block fest. Huge, huge magnitude. Never seen anything like it. Sokolov says, take that. It's 11 more blocks from Moscow. Tip this time. Doesn't fancy taking Sokolov on for the second time. 2 ball through. Pipe from Ledsley. I believe that it's not a full stand here, but they're making some noise, but at the same time there's one back. 7 blocks now. Kowski. Little fist clench. Might just keep his spot in set 5. Just fresh legs. You've got to think that they're missing Dusan Petkovic. So 3rd choice opposite. Usually an spiker. Now into the net. Moscow now will have 9 goes at this. Which is plenty. And what a way to seal the deal. It's the first match of the week of the season, and we are going to a tie break, maybe via a challenge. Andrea Stassi is not so happy, but at the same time, they're 10 points back. He's not going to give him an inch, is he, Stassi? He's going to fight for every point. He's going to keep Moscow out there for as long as possible. A true competitor. Bronze in the Olympic Games, 3 times World League winner Anastasi. There you go. There was no floor touch. So there is a let. Anastasi is completely within his right to question that, and it's a great challenge. You can imagine Konstantin Bransky saying, well, there was never going to be a second touch on that. But anyway, it's a let, and Moscow still have 9 set points here. It's off the top of the net band. A little bit more force on that one, but no problems for Dynamo. Well, they're digging their heels in. WARSZAWA. They've come here, already got their point, but a serve into the net means we go to 5, and the battle has really heated up here. Dynamo Moscow have been superb. They've shown everything they've needed to do, especially in the blocking sense of the game. 25-20, 25-16. It's fascinating that we're going to 5 here without one set really being super close. The block of Moscow has to be beaten by WARSZAWA if they want to have a chance in set 5. Sokolov loving it. We're going to look at some highlights. Oh, what a treat here in Russia. In between sets 4s and 5s as we look 3 aces a set, but the block count is just on another level. 11. That's the difference. Almost won a set, or they could very much win a set in kill blocks by the end of set 5 here. They're a different looking team. Terry DiCecco said before the game that there was nerves, and maybe that's what we saw. Maybe we saw nerves. Maybe it took them to have nothing to lose at 2-0 down to see the real Dynamo Moscow, because this is more characteristic. This is what we were expecting, a block, an offensive strength fest with so many big players in the team. Anastasi knows that it would have been a huge result to walk out of here with a 3-0. Now, they would do anything to leave with a 3-2 here. Warszawa as we go into the final set here, no matter what, but it is one-way traffic once more. It's a sharp angle, it's a gutsy swing on the sharp one. Like the play because it's so crammed up to the left-hand side. They play on a quicker tempo because they can't slow the ball down, and there still is no other option for Pankov there. Has to run it quick to try and have a chance of scoring. Good start all round. And if Warszawa will get back into this one, we know what customers are going to need to turn up for them. And that goes to the middle. And investing in the middle early is going to be key here, because it's going to leave the spikers on the wings with more chances to find gaps in between the block, which is exactly what Sokolov had there. Sokolov, I have to give him credit, did not start this evening, but certainly has had a strong game through that right side. This is a little bit more of the Warszawa that we saw early on. Yes, there's an error, but the pass is into an incredible place. And it's going to allow Trinidad to run the offense. Rare error from Novakovsky, but I don't think we're at the end of this game yet. A lot of time left for both teams. Sokolov out the back. It's only one break now, the difference. Sokolov knows that he's just let Warszawa slightly off the hook with that one. You can see with his reactions. Novakovsky trying to find the focus, trying to find anything he can to try and drive this performance over the line. It would be still an incredible result, but well, the Russian outside, Wozniacki, sign from Ketmerovo. He's an Olympic silver medalist for a reason. He's hit sharp, he's hit deep angle. And in theory, now all he's got is a cross line to go with it. And we've seen the whole repertoire. It's in a good spot. Warszawa once again are passing well, but this could be a similar Warszawa from the opening set. The defense and the blocking has just improved. Permanent. Just sat off the blocker. It's the wrist away swing on the right side that's been dug. On the turn, there's three there. How did he find a way through it? Everything going Moscow's way here. Warszawa not playing bad volleyball whatsoever here. You feel in set 5, sorry, but Stasi's had to take a timeout really early. And the performance from the 27-year-old national teamer has been superb. Already in this set alone, 2 big bits of wing play and the service pressure to go alongside it. Something had to give eventually, though. No such thing as perfect. Back on the 10 attack. And it's Sokolov who lets a little eye go underneath the net almost twice. He looks at Wojciech and he knows he's got the better of the libero. They left him the line there. In the heat of the battle, 2 of the world's best competitors of recent years. Sokolov has been tremendous in sets 3, 4 and now 5. Just remember a moment in set 2 where he was calling for calm. He was fully aware that Moscow were not at their level and the standard that they're used to. Kowski serving 3 down. 5-5 serve, trying to put the front court receiver under pressure, and because Bogdan is put under pressure, Pankov goes to the middle. Kostrov again just stays high, doesn't hit the same angles as others, where he's facing one way and can draw it back the next, but the height and speed that he plays at makes him very difficult to stop. Two missed serves. If you're sat really in the passing unit of Warsaw, you're feeling very thankful when Pankov comes and goes from the baseline without causing you an issue. You know you've got away lightly, but you still have to try and cause some issues of their own here. And here's one. This could be an opportunity for Warsaw. There's 3 up in the block, and it is one. You can see it so early, the pass is off the net. The block starts to form. Andrea Vrona is there in the mix. Inch by inch here. At this point, as soon as you can upset the pass, it takes the physicality out of the game. When the pass is into a good zone, there's a lot of attacking options from Sky High. Out through the right side, 10 attack with good width. And Trinidad really throws it out wide. Multiple options with the one-on-one, loses the blocker with the choice of set. It's really good setting from Trinidad. But it's unstoppable. The more that they try and put the ball on Podlechnik, the more that he just seems to shine. Stability into the floor with the pass, moving to the outside, shoulder kill. Flat, fast, high, it's unstoppable. And really, Dynamo Moscow have been unstoppable for the best part of 3 sets here this evening. It's just a different performance than what we saw in the first 2. But now the errors are creeping in. Dinamo Moscow 4 away. The second timeout called from Nastasi. It's unfortunate for Warsawa because they're missing people. They've shown a fantastic performance here.
We have to be one spirit. The spirit have to be better. Die, guys. We don't have to leave them pawn, guys. They are just good for them.
Stasi calling for spirit. Something that they've had a lot of, but when you are short in numbers off the bench, fatigue will certainly start to creep in, as this game's already been moving for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Lots of players haven't had a rest in that time. There is no double sub because they're missing a setter and an opposite as well. The outside slightly short at the moment, and in turn Sokolov has just grown through the game. Didn't start the game, did he? Come on in the second set, but they wouldn't be without him right now. He's a scoring machine. Last time out to the line, this time out comes in on more of an angle. Every time there's a linger. Still so competitive. High swing off the top of the hands and the ball's still rolling. Question is now, can Warsawa do something that they've not done for a while, and that's put more pressure on from behind the baseline? If they do put pressure on, can Dinamo stop passing so well? They know that when they get them out of sync and out of rhythm, there's a chance for them to make defenses. Toyshik, what a touch! This is a chance. But is there a touch? Yes, there is. If not, there's a challenge. The first referee's already given it. Kowalny will question it, but it was already given from Ladinsky, the first referee. 2-point game. Come on. Where has this come from? Just shows. Another one taken out. Has to go to the outside, so 3 blockers for Toyshik. 2 big plays in a row. 2 conversions. The Polish libero is all flakes. Give credit to the hitters too, but it's 2 in a row. It's not just 1. That pancake. Pop it up. Good high swing. Finish. It's funny, nerves are a funny thing, because Dynamo Moscow were nervous at the start. As this game continues, they play with ease, but now they have something to lose again. The middles were on form from Warsawa. Brunner had 4 points and Novakovsky had 3. Dynamo had 10 mistakes in set number 2. And since then they really have tidied it up, but we're all square. You just cannot believe what we're watching here. it's an epic comeback that might just be spoilt by another epic comeback. Sokolov left with no block to the line. He'll take that all day long. We have been sparring. Until this moment. What a time to serve an ace. And it's the man of the moment, Podleshnik, that almost seals the fate of Projekt WARSZAWA. Wojciech has been incredible, but he can only do so much. Well, there's a challenge for something. Moransky's got the team in, keeping them focused, keeping them moving forwards. Was there a service line fault? Absolutely not. So it's more of a call of desperation from Anastasi because the foot was so far behind the back line. This has had everything. Without one set going to overtime, without one set really being close until now. With that man there, Yaroslav Podleshnik has been sensational. And now Moscow have match point. The line judge's flag has gone down. 2 aces in a row has sealed the deal here for Dynamo Moscow. They have done it the hard way. They have done it a tremendously hard way. 2-0 down at home to win it in the tie-break. You have to give credit to both teams. We wanted a match of the week, and that is exactly what we got. Through the seam, on the baseline, and at big moments, you need your big players to step up. You can't get any fairer than that from Throlek. Big hugs. There was danger. There was certainly danger here this evening, but they've overcome adversity, and they've done it in 5, 15-12 in the 5th. What a game this has been, as we've just mentioned, without any set being overly close. We've had an incredible matchup of shifts of momentum, the blocking from Moscow on another level. Here are the stats: 18 blocks to 8. Something tells me that was where the game was won and lost. The 2 aces from Podleshnik at the end, the main difference, 1 point separating them there. And the attack and the reception, that changed because in the first 2 sets, Moscow were operating at 46%, and they've upped that over the past 3 sets. And that is very much the difference between the 2 teams. Well, a game to remember as we have a look at Pool B. Well, 2 points for Moscow because they won in 5. Well, Ankara have taken 3 points against Mosaic. Already that game is over, so it's going to be an interesting group now. Ankara off to the perfect start. Well, they take 2 points away. And they had to work so very hard for what has been a hard night work in their new office. For WARSZAWA, they'll be disappointed, but also pleased. Remember, they have to get Moscow back on their home turf as well. The Champions League is very much alive. It's kicking, it's back, and it's been a tremendous night of volleyballing action. Chance for the families to be involved as well. Remember, the first ever evening here at Velisa Kozina Street, taking over from Dynamo's former home of Lavachikinas Street, where they lived from 2003 to 2020. It's been almost the perfect start here. They've got the win. They've taken 2 points from 3, and they will move on very happy, coming back from 2 sets down. Well, the Champions League is back. Thank you so much for joining us. A fantastic win for Dynamo Moscow from 2 sets to 0 down. They've done it the hard way. Warsaw have done themselves proud